Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. I am Saif Sarwari and I am standing here to talk to you about English language. Today I am going to focus on those people who have just started learning this language, and these people are called beginners. So I am going to focus on those issues that the beginners should deal with before going into the advanced level of English language. So first of all, let me congratulate you because you have started learning a universal language which is definitely going to help you in shaping your future in a very beautiful way. So coming to the point, what actually should be done in the beginning of learning English language which will help you in going through the process in an easy way. So I think in my experience I can say that there are 5 points that you must do on a daily basis, and if you do these 5 points daily, then it will definitely help you in learning this language without much discomfort. So let me begin with the first point. As a beginner of English language, the very first thing that you should do is to listen to this language as much as possible. Now just imagine how you learned your mother tongue. You started listening to your mother tongue when you were a small kid, and gradually you started speaking it, reading it and writing it. So the first thing you did is to listen to your mother tongue. It's a natural process, and definitely it holds true for all languages in the world. So as far as English language is considered, my first advice to you is to listen to English language as much as possible. There are many sources from which you can listen to this language. Television is a good source. Apart from television, you can also listen to this language from audio recordings which are easily available on internet. So the first thing is to listen to this language. Now, while listening to this language, you should also try to speak this language. And mind you, grammar should not be a point of worry. Most people have hesitations in speaking English language because they believe that their grammar is weak. And if they speak English language, it will not make a positive impression on the people. So my take on this is, why you worry about people? You are learning this language for yourself, and whatever a person learns, he starts by committing mistakes and then gradually he goes on in corrections, right? So in English speaking also, first of all, you should think that this language is going to be very important in your life. So you should not worry about the surroundings. You should start speaking English language first of all in your own room. Maybe in front of a mirror you stand and you talk on any topic that comes to your mind. First of all, you try to choose simple topics and try to talk about those topics in as detailed manner as possible. And again, I am saying that you should not worry about the grammar. There are 2 types of English. The first one is called the correct English. It is an English where you don't commit any kind of mistakes in grammar or pronunciation or all other aspects of English language. And every person should have a goal to reach to correct English. But before correct English, there is another phase which is called good English. A good English is that in which the message is passed even though you have made some mistakes in grammar. So I am talking about good English here for the beginners. They should start speaking whatever they can, and gradually they will improve. So the second point is speak English language. Now coming to the third point, you should memorize as many verbs in English language as possible. Because just like a backbone is important for the human body to stand and do movements, similarly for any language, verbs are very essential. So unfortunately, most of the time the learners of English language, they have 2 problems in verbs. Firstly, they don't know the verb at all. For example, if I ask you कि पानी में पैर उठाकर चलने को क्या कहते हैं, तो we don't have a word for that activity. Most of us, we don't have. So this is the first problem with verbs, that we don't know. The second problem is we know the verb but we are not aware of its forms. So these 2 problems stop us from using English language fluently in front of people. So my third advice to you is to memorize as many verbs as possible. But here again you can do smart work. I will tell you in another video how you can do smart work for memorizing English verbs. Now coming to the fourth point, I think that to master English language, reading is also very important. One of the many advantages of reading is it eliminates spelling mistakes. If you keep reading English language, the words will go on storing in your mind, and gradually you will have a big storehouse of English words, and when you start writing down and if you come to a word where you are not very confident about the spelling, it will click in your mind. You will come to know that I have read this word somewhere and this is how the spelling is. So reading is very helpful. Reading should be of two types. The first reading is called loud reading. Here you read loudly. The reason behind loud reading is to have a practice of pronunciation. Another type of reading which is also very important is called silent reading. That is reading with your eyes only, not moving lips. So this reading is important if you want to understand the material that you are reading. So my fourth advice is to read as much English as possible. Try to select simple material to read. Try to select that material where you do not encounter so many new words, but keep a dictionary handy. If you have a word which is not known to you, then you should look up into the dictionary. The last advice that I am going to give you is use your body language also. While speaking English language, try to use body language, try to make healthy eye contact, use your hands, use your facial expressions, and try to be as positive as possible. Confidence should be reflected from your whole body. Okay? So if you mind these 5 points, listening to English language, speaking English language, reading English language, memorizing the English verbs, and watching your body language. If you go for these 5 points initially as a beginner of English language, I am very sure that it will help you in learning this language with much comfort, and the results will talk themselves. So I think I have done my point. Thank you very much for listening to me, and have a happy English. Thank you.